As St. Ignatius won by 9 back in January. When we shift over to the players to watch, who are ones you have your eye on?
Yeah, especially for Montini, it's Nikki Kirsten. You know, she was first-team All-State, is going to go play at the SEC level in D1 at Mizzou. Not only going to study not only to go play basketball, but also study journalism and sports journalism. Shout out to her dad for telling me that, but she just did an unbelievable job in that semifinal game. 27 points, shot upwards of 56% from the floor. Another person who knows how to draw contact. She drew 6 fouls in that game.
22 points a game, owns the school scoring record for Montini. We love what we see from Nikki Kirsten.
Yeah, and then for St. Ignatius, it's Reagan Reardon, also a first-team All-State, also going to play at the next level at Army in basketball. She had 16 points, another double-double, 16 points, 12 rebounds in that semifinal game, a plus-minus, a plus 15. She just knows how to score on every single 11, Ryan.
Big game coming up, national anthem, starting lineups, tip-off. It's all coming up on deck.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you in part by Country Financial, insurance that does more. Visit countryfinancial.com to experience more today.
Every year, you have a choice. One that says staying independent and family-owned means something on your farm. So plant your independence. Plant Whiffles. When you plant Whiffles hybrids, you're making a statement that independence and family-owned means something on your farm. So make your choice. Plant your independence. Plant Whiffles.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry, our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF on-call urgent care, in person or virtual, we're always there.
This is the run my own business dream. This is the colleges paid for dream. This is the retire early dream. This is Busey, where your dreams and possibilities become moments through trusted guidance and expertise, through lifelong relationships. Because we're here to help you achieve the life you've always envisioned.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Today's game brought to you by OSF Healthcare and by Country Financial. Before we tip off here at SEFCU Arena, it's now time for today's national anthem. For that, we send it down to our public address announcer, Jeff Fritzen.
Fans, before our soloist sings our national anthem, we ask you to remember and honor the men and women of the United States Armed Forces serving throughout the world with this moment of silence. Thank you. Now we ask that you join our guest soloist, Cole Stumpenhorst, a senior at Sterling High School, in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now the players and coaches will wish each other good luck and return to their benches. The IHSA Board of Directors and member schools expect and promote good sportsmanship from all athletes, coaches, students, parents, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Let's do what's right. Thank you. Fans, it's been a great run to the championship for Montini and St. Ignatius. Let's take a look back at how they got here. How they...
The three ball on the way, and boom, baby, just like that. Reardon connects. That is nasty. She's got real estate in that spot. And pull up three, nothing but the bottom of the net. It's Kennedy making it rain. Everything is falling for St. Ignatius. What an explosive start. This is how you do it. The big leagues goes right down Broadway for two. At the buzzer, the layup. Count it. St. Ignatius' dream of a state title remains alive as they'll advance. Remember this team got third place last year. It's unfinished business for Montini. In the corner, fade away three. Oh, baby, that's nylon from Kirsten.
That was just nasty. Wow.
Beautiful move inside, barreling and one. There was no post presence to stop her. Montini caps it off to pick up the victory, 50-41.
And now, fans, the starting lineups for this Class 3A Girls State Basketball Championship game presented by OSF Healthcare, the official healthcare sponsor of the IHSA. First, for Montini, a senior, number 1, Nikki Kirsten. Number 20, a senior, Lily Spanos. Number 22, a senior, Audrey Kinney. Number 24, a senior, Peyton Farrell. And number 42, a senior, Natalie Gartland. Montini is coached by Shannon Spanos and brings a 26-10 record into tonight's game. And now the starting lineups for St. Ignatius College Prep. First, a senior, number 1, Sally Kennedy. Number 4, a senior, Maggie Helms. Number 11, a senior, Reagan Reardon. Number 14, a junior, Isabella Kaberlein. And number 24, a senior, Malia Miller. St. Ignatius brings a 32-4 record into tonight's game and is coached by Kara Doyle. Your officials for this 3A championship, Mike Bell, Amanda Coaches.
Those were today's starting lineups presented by OSF Healthcare. Before we get to tip-off, let's send it over to the sidelines. It's Kalia Butler.
I
had the chance to speak with Ignatius head coach Kara Doyle this morning that said that Reagan Reardon is just one of those players whose presence you feel both on and off the court. She said that she just makes everyone around her better and that she's always had this drive since freshman year, but now as a senior has the emotional maturity to match it that helps her show up in these big-time games, and she's going to be of much use in today's. Dave, back to you.
Nobody's seen more basketball this week than Kalia Butler, doing a great job on the sidelines. For Montini, third place last year, they've got the experience in this atmosphere. For St. Ignatius, cut the nets. From day one, it was their mission for a state title.
Yeah, unfinished business for Montini. St. Ignatius wanting to do it. We got a battle of Catholic schools here from the Chicagoland area. Ignatius from the South Loop, Montini out from Lombard. Who is on God's side tonight?
3-8 title game is underway. St. Ignatius in the white, Montini in the black. Let's see how this game starts out as both teams victorious yesterday. Driving to the left side, faking the three, taking the three. That's Reardon off the mark. Long rebound opportunity will go out of bounds and stay with St. Ignatius. When you look in the crowd advantage, it's not even close.
Oh, yeah, St. Ignatius absolutely traveled a lot farther, bigger crowds. And also St. Ignatius, a little bit of a bigger school, 1,400 there. Montini only about 900 enrollment.
Couple all-staters on the court, Reardon and Kirsten. Pass over to the right wing, Reardon. She will command the basketball. Taking the three, Keverling. Will we see a little inside-out game? Player the size of St. Ignatius' Reardon that can handle the basketball, score inside. There is no weakness in her game as she hauls in the rebound, and it is a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to Montini. Let's take a look at head coach Kara Doyle, her 13th year with the program.
Yeah, she's got 235 wins. She knows what it takes to get here. Ignatius just knows what they need to do to win.
Montini on the verge of history. They would become the second team in IHSA history for the girls' side to win a state title with 10 or more losses. The last time that happened, Oakville last year. So it may become a trend.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here in this 3A state title game.
At the free throw line, tight defense on both ends. One dribble, Farrell, the layup, no good. Rebound inside by St. Ignatius. That's Reardon. Can we just pencil in a double-double for her?
I mean, honestly, I feel like it's just already going to happen. And we don't even have any buckets on the board yet.
Ignatius started 6 of 6 yesterday, so a bit of a slow start for them considering.
Yeah.
Reardon looking left side, cutting the basket, held. She is fouled, and we will get free throws. Shannon Spanos of Montini, her 5th year with the program, already over 100 victories. They love what she brings to the table.
Yeah, just look at that record. 114 and just 43 losses in 5 years is insanely impressive. She knows what it takes to get here. Again, unfinished business for the Broncos, and they really want to do everything that they can to get the title up in Lombard today.
First foul on Gartland. Montini starts 5 seniors, and you haven't seen much of that in this tournament, Carly.
No, yeah, we've seen a lot of youth in the tournament so far, a lot of juniors. We've also seen a couple freshmen taking the court. We've seen a couple sophomores. There's some great youth that's coming up here in Illinois.
A 1-0 lead for St. Ignatius. Kirsten gets her first touch, double team, has to get rid of it. Goes to Gartland on the right side, and it's a turnover. If you're Montini, you have to expect that double team on Kirsten.
Oh, absolutely. You need to, and on the other side too, Ignatius also needs to expect the double team on Reardon. You have to find other ways to get your bench and your depth going offensively.
You talk about depth, there's really not that much depth to either team. For St. Ignatius, they brought Hinton off the bench the other day. For Montini, they went 5 starters the whole way.
Which I just find really interesting. That's a lot of running and work for the starters to go through all 32 minutes.
Backing in, Reardon, tough shot off the window and scores. There's nothing she can't do.
No, she's just so good inside. She's got such great size. She's also got such great legs. She can get up there, great length. Just an unbelievable basketball player.
This is just the 3rd possession for Montini. They've taken 1 shot in the first 2.5 minutes.
Interesting.
At the free throw line, driving in will be Farrell. Layup connected by Kenny.
Great feed inside. Peyton with a great cut as well to get to the right-hand side, take advantage of the small little space that was there.
Kenny scored 6 points in the 50-41 win for Montini Montini over QND. She scores most of her buckets around the hoop. Well, Reardon can score anywhere. Pull-up jumper, no hand in her face. That's all day.
I feel like we need to get a tally going of how often we're going to say her name today.
Do you get the theme in this tournament that every team has one just flat-out superstar? As a wild layup going in, that's Kirsten throwing her body on the line, and she will get free throws. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Southern Illinois University Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities, and like we mentioned, not that much depth for Montini.
Yeah, so because of that, you have to stay out of foul trouble. You want to play a disciplined style of game, and then for St. Ignatius, they knew what it took to win. They kept Washington scoreless in that first quarter in the semifinal, going up 19-0. They knew how to create the turnovers, take the points off of it. They had 20 points off of those turnovers against Washington. They just know what it takes defensively to win.
Free throw, good. It's 5-4, Ignatius with the lead. It will be Ignatius basketball as they walk it across the timeline. Pass inside, nice find, layup, and good. That's Hinton who just snuck into the game, automatically making a difference. Hinton averages 4 points a game. She's 81% from the free throw line, knows her role.
That was such a great cut on the right side, nice little backdoor.
Open three, right side on the way for Montini, and splash. Cartland with an answer, and we got a ball game here, Carly.
Ryan, take it to the bank and cash it.
7-all. Both these teams' expectations to win a state title. And they're 1 win away. Kennedy will run the offense. 5 points a game. Very good at her three-point shooting, but a rare turnover for St. Ignatius.
Yeah, that wasn't really the best feed inside there, but let's take a look at this replay. Look at all this phenomenal ball movement. Great cut there by Hinton. She saw that she could take advantage of the defense that was sleeping there for them to get the 2 points.
Did you notice the screen set by Reardon? Not just an offensive threat, she's a team player for St. Ignatius.
Yeah, she knows exactly what her role is, and she knows how to contribute. Look at that, getting the pick, moving it up the floor. Kennedy gonna pull it? No, feedback inside.
What a rejection by Kirsten, the All-Stater, as she knocks it out of bounds. Oh, we got a good one for you, folks. A 3A state title is on the line as we're tied at 7 between Montini and St. Ignatius.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by SIU Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
Insulate today and get an 11% rebate on Knauf fiberglass insulation at Menards. From cut-to-length rolls to pre-cut bats and blow-in insulation, Menards has everything you need to get the job done while adding comfort and energy efficiency to your home. Stop into Menards and pick up this R11 craft-faced roll for $9.99 after 11% rebate. Plus, you can add even more savings with federal tax credits on qualifying energy-efficient upgrades.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
The place is fired up. Montini and St. Ignatius tied at 7 with 3:41 left in the first quarter. Let's take the road to Normal, and it's brought to you by the Illinois State Police. Integrity, service, and pride.
Yeah, Montini Catholic coming all the way from Lombard. That's a nice little 3-hour drive all the way here to Normal. And then St. Ignatius also in that boat as well. Coming from the South Loop. I know you gave him a shout out already, but Fontano Subs, man, if you haven't been there, when you go and see an Ignatius game, you gotta go. Old school style. Great little trip there. Ignatius as well, their student section made that trek as well to come down here to to normal to see a great state title game in 3A.
It's a rematch between these teams, but according to your intel, throw out the records, throw out the last matchup. It's a battle between these squads.
Yeah, when you go into this game, these two programs are so competitive. When you look at this, it's 0-0. All that matters right now is who's going to win this game. There's so much ferocity, so much intensity, tenacity, and both of these programs are rivals, and it goes back for a long period of time. So this could get really, really interesting here.
Second turnover on Ignatius. Pass to the free throw line. Backing in, Farrell off the glass and in. Montini shooting very crisp from the field. They're 3 of 4. St. Ignatius right behind him, 3 of 6.
Farrell creating the space.
And both these teams are ready. I mean, this is an environment that they can play in.
Yeah, Farrell created the space, and 3 different players contributing for Montini so far.
Lob inside, Reardon, reverse layup, and good. When in doubt, just lob it to the star.
Yeah, just let her have the ball and let her feed it.
Tied up at 9. Good pace back and forth between these squads.
You know, we're going bucket for bucket here. I feel like it's going to be consistent lead changes, ties the rest of the game.
Kirsten, nice cross. Reverse layup, missed it. She got hit in the head, no call. In transition, it will be Wolfpack basketball. St. Ignatius looking out on the wing. They've dominated in the post so far, using that size advantage with the big player in Reardon, but she's going to step beyond the arc. Missed that 3. There's no shot she can't make.
No, I really want to see both of these teams get into their transitional game. That's how Montini was able to get out early. Same thing with St. Ignatius against Washington. They were able to just create that defensive intensity.
Fadeaway jumper, Gartland, it gets the roll, and Montini retakes the lead.
Beautiful little jumper right there. Just solid shot, good look.
You always got to have your eyes on Nikki Kirsten. She's heading to Mizzou next year. Very shifty with the basketball.
Yeah, she's got great handles. We went back and looked at some replays of that last game. Not only great handles, that footwork is just top-notch.
The ball movement here from St. Ignatius in the corner. Hinton feeling it, but it's short. Kirsten with the rebound. 0 for 4 for St. Ignatius. That's the number we expect to improve as the night moves along. Pick and roll, top of the key. Kirsten will throw into traffic. It's stolen by Hinton. Deep pass goes to Kennedy, and a smart foul actually there from Montini. If Montini doesn't foul there, it should be a layup.
Yeah, that was a great stop there by Montini to limit any type of transitional game. It's like they have the crystal ball. They're hearing us right now. Look at this, though. Great little pull up right at the elbow. Shot fake, created the space. Even took a moment and was like, no, I'm going to let you sit there for a minute.
First foul on Spanos. Neither team in foul trouble.
Really sound, disciplined defense in this game to start.
66% shooting for Montini, 44% shooting for St. Ignatius. We've seen 1 3-pointer, and that belongs to Montini. 4 total free throws, a combined 3 of 4, so both teams looking efficient. That's another turnover, and those are starting to pile up for St. Ignatius.
The Reardon-Kinney battle is going to be real interesting to watch. Kinney's doing a great job not allowing Reardon to get anything going.
Gartland is heating up. She's now got 3 buckets and a team-high 7 points.
100% from the floor to start.
Gartland averages 6 points a game. The answer on the other end, splash. Reardon, give her 3.
Put 3 on that deposit slip. Take it to the bank, cash it.
9 on the board for St. Ignatius' superstar Reardon. Boy, you gotta love this start if your head coaches Kara Doyle and Shannon Spanos.
Yeah, this has just been a great start to the game out of both teams too. Disciplined, smart moves, great block there. Oh my.
Good contest by Keverline. She was not fooled. Oh, watch out in the passing lane. That's stolen away by Gartland. Reverse layup and a foul as Kirsten will head to the line, and a player down for Gartland. Gartland is down, and she is down to a knee. She got tripped up going for that steal. Remember, the depth is the main concern for Montini. They do not go to the bench.
No, seeing her gimp a little bit, that's not a good sign.
You look over to Shannon Spanos. She quickly looked down the bench, and I saw 3 players start to inch up in their seats. You know it's next man up. And we're going to have a substitution. This is a smart move. You'd hate to see a further injury if you can come down at this time in the game.
Yeah, especially Gartland being so hot from the floor, shooting 100%, leading all scorers for Montini right now. So you really want to make sure that she is okay so you can get her back in the game, at least in the second, possibly third quarter.
Lauren Mellish, a 5'10" senior forward. A 5'10" forward coming off your bench. What a luxury for Montini.
Yeah, that's a great size advantage to have.
Inside, Bellish layup, welcome to state.
Took advantage of the spacing there and was like, ball, 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 let me lay it in.
I love when players come off the bench and they have a play designed for them.
Yeah, and to be able to contribute right away so you can get those nerves out of there and just play ball.
Faking the shot, Reardon, pull-up jumper, a deep two, it's short, clock winding down to 8 seconds, out of bounds, Montini basketball.
Great move here by Ignatius to not allow Montini to roll the ball up. They're putting pressure on it so that you can force them to take a half-court shot.
Montini needs to bring more help up. At 5, Kirsten to half court with 3, makes her move, another cross, can she get a shot up? It's on the way, it's off, and 1 quarter is in the books. Montini looking good, Carly, up 15-12 on St. Ignatius.
Yeah, shooting 60% from the floor is a phenomenal sight. We want to get an update on Gartland here in the second quarter.
We'll take the break, back with the second quarter up next.
Don't miss Orange Days, Ashley's biggest sale of the year. This week only, shop incredible doorbusters like this queen panel bed starting at just $199. These savings won't last long. Shop and save today, only at Ashley.
On behalf of our 12,000 members, I want to congratulate all the athletes in today's competition. I am Don Finn, the business manager of IBW Local 134, representing the unionized electricians of Chicago and Cook County. Local 134 offers you more than just a job. It offers you a career. Our future is brighter than ever. From building solar fields to constructing data centers to shaping Chicago's skyline. Join the most diverse workforce in the building trades. Building careers, building the future. IBW Local 134.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
Ashley's Orange Days are this week. For a limited time, buy more, save more with up to 30% off. Or get low monthly payments with no interest financing for 60 months. And with our price match guarantee, you know you're getting the best deal. This week only at Ashley.
Welcome back to SEFCU Arena. A fun one here between Montini and St. Ignatius. I'm here with the Montini fans right now. I asked you earlier, what kind of energy do you guys bring to this game?
We bring all that energy.
Let me see a little bit of it. I feel like I'm in high school again. Ryan, Carly, back to you.
Can we talk about the stare down, though, from the guy in the Bronco hat? I don't think he blinked the entire time.
Dude, it's okay to blink.
I think if we had a staring contest, if somebody was in that staring contest, he won that one.
15-12, Montini leading St. Ignatius. You got some good numbers from that first quarter.
Yeah, Montini had 6 field goals in that first quarter, and guess what? It was on 5 assists. St. Ignatius had 5 made baskets there, but unfortunately 4 turnovers.
They'll look to answer early here in the second quarter, and we got our first wedgie. It will be wedged between the backboard and the rim. Haven't seen it all weekend.
No, I don't think I've seen one of those in a minute. Is it going to get out? Oh, that's...
You might have to bring the old broom handle out.
0 for 1. 0 for 2.
Oh, this is not good.
0 for 3.
There we go. Other than that, St. Ignatius, 5 of 12 from the field at 42%. Montini, 6 of 10 at 60%. Leading scorers, 2 apiece for Kirsten, Kenny, Farrell, and Melisha. They've really spread the wealth there for St. Ignatius. When Reardon has the ball, you know she wants to take the shot.
Yeah, 4 for 7 from the floor, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc, 9 points already, and it's only been the first one.
That's an offensive foul. Will go against Montini. Goes against Farrell. That'll be first team foul, her first as well. Yeah, too many turnovers for St. Ignatius in that first quarter. I'd like to see the role players get involved.
Yeah, on those 4 turnovers too, Montini 4 steals.
That's what Montini does best.
They like to pick the pocket.
Traveling violation against St. Ignatius. That was a possession that wasn't going anywhere. 6 turnovers.
Yeah, that's not very good. You want to see if you can clean these up here in the second quarter.
What adjustments are you making if you're St. Ignatius? Because it looks like the offense is just stalling unless Reardon is going ISO.
Yeah, you want to get some other people going. The thing is that they've had good looks. It's just not falling. But the biggest thing, you got to get that transitional game going. Have your defense turn into offense.
Spanos will fake the 3, dish it in the corner. I like this substitution for St. Ignatius. Remember, Hinton came off the bench and immediately scored, made an impact on both ends of the court.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her get back on the game.
Kirsten goes cross court. Long possession here for Montini. Hoisting the 3 from the right side is Farrell. Not a big fan of that shot. It looked a little rushed.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one either. Let's see what Reardon is able to do on the other end.
Air ball. Throws up an air ball 3 out of bounds. So a slow start to this second quarter. And good news for Montini. Gartland will come back in. She took that nasty spill, a non-contact injury.
Yeah, non-contact injury you never like to see because it's not something that you ever expect. It's one of those things that you sit there and you're like, oh gosh, I hope they're okay. We've seen that in sports a few times, especially with the knee, ACLs, meniscus, MCLs, all of that. It's a higher rate now. We've seen more tears there. So to see her back on the court, shake it off and be back out there for her team, great to see.
Remember, St. Ignatius held Washington scoreless in the first quarter, an unheard of number at the state tournament. And today, it seems like Montini's kind of got their groove going in this first half.
Yeah, you can kind of tell that Montini is really locked in. When we spoke to Coach Spanos earlier this week, she said that this team knows what it takes to get to normal, and this is unfinished business for them. They really want to take this home back to Lombard.
Gartland coming back in. Let's take a look at that injury. She went down going after that steal, Carly.
Yeah, if we can take a look at this, take a look at it real quick. She gets the little poke, and then the knee just buckles in, and as she turns, it goes the other way. I think it looks like just either a sprain or a twist, but for her to go get looked at, come back out, rest, now she's on the floor, that's a good sign for Montini.
We don't know the significance of the injury, but we do know adrenaline is flowing at the state championship. She wants to be on the court for the biggest game of the season. Straight away 3 off the back of the rim, no good from Spanos. That's Spanos' specialty, though. She needs to take those 3s.
Yeah, you want to see if those can fall, though. You also want to make sure it's a good look. It was a little bit contested, but you want to make sure that it's a good shot.
40% from downtown. The coach's daughter, open 3, right side. St. Ignatius leaves it way deep from Miller.
I hope it doesn't become a 3-for-3 battle here.
In transition, Kenny, and we have a timeout. There's a player. It's Gartland down again, and this is not a good situation. Again, she went down early in the first quarter with an injury, and you'd hate to see a significant injury now.
Yeah, I wonder if we can see a replay of what happened down there. That's never a good sign for her to come back out after her knee went. Let's see if she's able to walk off under her own power.
Very emotional as she's helped by several of the staff.
Oh, that's so sad to see.
Gartland, a 5'8" senior guard, averages 6 points a night, has been called by Coach Spanos the athletic defender, someone who could score everywhere, gets the offense going, and she will be missed if she's forced to miss the rest of the game.
I feel like she is. She couldn't put any pressure, any weight on that knee. That's a really sad sight to see. She was shooting 100% from the floor to start, was leading scorer for Montini. Let's take a look here.
On the box out here, just leg gave out.
Yeah, it's that same knee. That's really sad to see. I hope she's able to take care of herself and get some help here.
We'll keep an update on her, but that means it's next player up. Lauren Mellish, the 5'10" senior, comes back in. Expect her to play huge minutes for the rest of the game. Traveling violation, instant energy from St. Ignatius. And is it the defensive side that's going to spark the offense?
Yeah, that's what you need. Defensive stops into offensive runs. If Ignatius is smart here, you want to try and convert, get some points easy. Look at Reardon just fighting inside right now.
And we talk about that scoreless first quarter that they held against Washington, but their offense looked really good right off the bat.
Yeah, they had a really great offensive spark to start against Washington. Here, they need to get some things going.
Miller is fouled by Montini's Kenny. And that stops the clock with 5:39 left in the first half. Low scoring second quarter.
Yeah, Gartland, I can see from over here. She's getting some ice on her knee. I don't think we're going to see her for the rest of the game.
I say low scoring. There is no scoring in this second quarter. A combined 0 for 5. Break down a few other statistics for you. Gartland, oh man, not only a significant injury because she's one of their 5 prime players, she's also got 7 points on 3 of 3 shooting.
Yeah, shooting 100%. It's not good to see her down. I really do feel for her because she was playing lights out to start, and then for her knee to just go again. A non-contact injury, that's never anything you want to see. I hate saying this, but if you're going to get injured, you'd rather it be from getting hit. You'd rather it be from going and trying to dive for a ball. That's just a real sad sight to see.
And that injury just puts more pressure on the shoulders of Nikki Kirsten, the 5'8" junior guard, taking her talents to Mizzou, has already scored 2,000 points, collected 600 assists, 500 steals, and 500 rebounds. Those are numbers that you don't see in girls basketball.
No, never, never. And that's why she's going to go play at the SEC level. But what I want to see out of Kirsten, she hasn't been able to convert anything on the floor. It's all been in the free throw line.
Another set play for Reardon. They just lob it as high as they can to her, and Reardon catches inside. 11 of the team's 14 points.
Yeah, if you're Ignatius, you want to try and get some other people going offensively. If you're Montini, you want to settle down here, see if you can get something going.
Tons of pressure from Hinton. Turnaround jumper and hit. Next player up, well, that's Farrell stepping up her game. Averages 9 points and 10 rebounds a game.
Yeah, Farrell did a really great job in the semifinal. Had 11 points, shooting 55% from the line. Also a double-double with 10 rebounds.
3-point lead for Montini. Driving right down Broadway. Shot up. Kennedy swatted away by the post defense of Montini.
Lauren Mellish was like, not in my house.
She says, you should have put me in earlier. I could play some ball, coach. Kirsten crosses, passes to Mellish, can't hang on to it, and it will be a turnover. Diving on top of it is Keverline. In transition, Kennedy makes her move to the basket. Scoop layup and a foul. We will get free throws. St. Ignatius, number 3 and 4 on free throws for the game. Kenny picks up the foul for Montini, her second.
Yeah, we really just haven't seen much scoring here in this second quarter, and about 3.5 minutes have gone by.
First free throw is hit, and really the first quarter, both teams were lights out. 15 points for Montini, 12 for St. Ignatius.
St. Ignatius shooting 6 of 16 right now compared to Montini 7 of 13, even scoring.
Helms comes back in for St. Ignatius. Both free throws fall.
Maggie Helms also going to go play at the next level, going to play basketball at Washington University in St. Louis. Also made the All-State team, second team All-State.
So many All-Staters, second teamers in this tournament. This is where the best in the state come to play. Spanos makes her move to the basket. Another low pass, a battle for the ball. It's still loose in the corner. Tracking it down is Farrell. She's double-teamed and a foul. The guilty party looks to be Reardon. That was a tough foul. A double team on St. Ignatius. That's the exact strategy you want to see. If there's a loose ball in the corner, smother it.
Yeah, but you don't want to reach in there and hack and hack and hack, and that's how you can get Montini to reset here. Look at what happened here. Ball just starts to float away into the corner. Montini grabs it. Here comes Reardon. Can't hack like that. Can't hack like that.
First foul on Reardon. Driving in again. Lefty layup. Count it. And one. Spanos is on the board with her first bucket and has an and one opportunity.
Spanos also honorable mention for All-State.
Took it in with the left hand. Kenny with the foul. Free throw.
Kenny already with 2 fouls.
It's good. Slow start, but now offense is picking up in this second quarter.
Yeah, you could say that they made those adjustments defensively to start the quarter, and now they're starting to find their rhythm, both teams offensively.
6 players have seen the court for Montini. 6 players have scored. Hustle for the ball. Another turnover forced by Montini. They're playing pretty good basketball on the defensive end. Kirsten crosses, gets inside, shot up, and a foul. Just so quick laterally and can turn on the burners and go to the basket.
She's got some great footwork. Basketball's all about footwork, and that footwork is just unbelievable.
We go to the break. Montini 20, St. Ignatius 16, 3A title on the line from SEPQ Arena.
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
For over a century, Catholic Charities has answered the call to serve throughout Cook and Lake counties. As the largest human services provider in the Midwest, our donors represent a broad range of faith traditions, joined by a shared commitment to witness the message of mercy and hope. We also accompany thousands of people each day, regardless of their faith, race, gender, or ethnicity. Help us do great things at CatholicCharities.net.
Lauren Withrow here in our Chicago studios. Montini leads St. Ignatius by 4. Mark Lindo and Avi Story will join me for first half highlights and analysis in just a few moments. For now, we'll send it back to Steph Q Arena. It's Ryan Turk and Carly Bell.
Montini 20, St. Ignatius 16 with 3:40 left in the first half. And if there's been a star on the court, it's been Reagan Reardon.
Yeah, she leads all scorers right now with 11 points, and she can score at all levels. Look at that. Doesn't care that someone's in front of her. Pulls it up right below the elbow right there. Nice little spin, lay in on the left side. Also off balance. Just gorgeous work. Nice movement as well. Great off-ball movement. Just all-around hooper on every single level. Even can hit it from the arc and score at all 3 levels.
11 points, 5 of 9 shooting, 1 of 4 for downtown. Has a couple rebounds. Reagan Reardon, the real deal for St. Ignatius. But again, where's the supporting cast? You only have 5 points from the rest of your team. You're looking for Kennedy, Helms, Kaberling, Hinton. Someone needs to step up.
I kind of want to see Hinton get some more looks inside if possible. She's had some great movement off the ball, getting some good cuts, trying to create that spacing. You want to see more of that out of Ignatius.
Montini now 4 of 4 from the free throw line in their semifinal game. They shot just 62%, so a much better look for them at the stripe.
Yeah, you can't leave points at the charity stripe, something that we've seen this entire tournament. A lot of points left there at the free throw line.
Both free throws hit. We now have our largest lead of the game. Right in front of us in the broadcast booth. Pass in the corner now to Helms. She'll look inside. Dangerous pass to Hinton. Tiptoes the baseline. She's triple teamed. A loose ball inside. Who wants it? Hinton somehow gets it back. Goes to the ground, and the call is a jump ball. We're going to get an update here from Kalia. What you got for us, Kalia?
Yeah, update on Natalie Gartland, number 42. You saw her go down twice, grabbing at that right knee. She came out of the game, went to the bench, iced it for a little bit, had her parents come down and talk to the trainers actually, and convincing them to get her taped up and go back in. She went back to the training table here, and they agreed to tape her up, and now she is back on the bench and is looking to go back in. Ryan?
Thanks, Kalia. She just ran back out from the tunnel, and we're going to keep our eye on her for the rest of the game because Montini really needs her if she's able to play.
Yeah, you don't want to push anything because at the end of the day, health and safety is the most important thing.
A couple buckets that we just missed, but you'll love to see the ball go into the basket. St. Ignatius with the basketball, driving on the left side. Helms gets to the free throw line. Hinton fakes the jump shot. She will drive. Corner pocket 3. Miller misses wide left.
I don't know if I like that 3. It's good look, but just not the best shot.
1 of 9 from 3 for St. Ignatius.
Yeah, you can't live and die by the three-point line, Ignatius. You got to start driving a little bit.
Loose ball, turnover, Helms with it. Can she go the distance? Layup on the way. It's missed. Out of bounds, and what's the call here? It is Montini basketball. Again, Reardon, 11 of the team's 18 points for St. Ignatius.
Ignatius needs to find some other way to get other people involved. Ignatius, what you got to do here, see defensive stops into offensive runs. If you can pick the pocket here and move it down the floor, then you can start getting your runs going.
Both teams with 6 turnovers. Corner 3, nope, Kenny's going to go baseline, and that was a mistake. It's a turnover.
There's a good defensive stop. Now, if you're Ignatius, you got to convert on the other end.
Much better first quarter than second quarter we're seeing offensively.
Absolutely.
Points in the paint, fairly even considering how well Reardon has looked down there. It's a 12-10 advantage for Montini. She's back on the bench, showing some passion. Will she get into the game? The good news is she's the first player on the bench, which tells me she may be coming in. Driving right down Broadway. What a cross! Layup from Miller, missed. And that'll be an over-the-back foul on Reardon. How many layups have we seen this quarter that, St. Ignatius just flat out missed?
I know, you got to remember that box on the backboard is your best friend. Those two upper corners, that's how you get it. Hit it off, it'll always bounce back in. Gartland, though, I can see her on the sideline. She's shaking. She really wants to be back out there. Tape on the knee, ice on there. I really hope that she is able to get back out there. But again, health and safety is the #1 priority.
Reardon just picked up her second foul for St. Ignatius, and St. Ignatius brings back in their point guard, Kennedy. Final 90 seconds of the first half. Tacking in, layup, Kenny, it's short. Miller with the rebound. She's got her eyes up court, and a reach-in foul on Kirsten. Fans, it feels like just looking for a reason to explode, to get out of their chairs, as it's been back and forth here in this second quarter with neither team having an advantage.
Yeah, there really hasn't been any momentum in anyone's favor, which means that this should be a really great basketball game come the second half.
Well, we told you this is a rematch from earlier in the season. About a month and a half ago, these two teams battled it out. And according to all our sources, throw out all the old numbers because this rivalry is back and better than ever.
You can just tell right now, pretty evenly matched. Ignatius just can't get some shots to fall.
So the post shot is up and a foul. St. Ignatius is going to the line. That's Allie Haymaker, 5'9" senior. Oh, we're going to get a travel out of that. Traveling violation, a turnover instead on St. Ignatius. Fans behind us don't like the call.
7 turnovers by St. Ignatius. Montini also at 7. It's just a kind of evenly matched game so far. It's just Montini's able to get a couple more buckets to fall through the bottom of the nylon.
Is that because of the adjustments being made or just teams not hitting buckets?
It's more of teams just not hitting buckets because Ignatius has been getting some good looks. It's just not falling.
No good on the 3 left side from Farrell. Kennedy with the ball in her hands. Inside a minute left in the first quarter. 6-point lead for Montini. Winner of this one is your 3A state title. Driving. Kennedy in a lot of trouble on the baseline. Got her pocket picked. Good defense in the post again from Montini. Spanos with the steal and a foul on St. Ignatius. Second foul goes against Kennedy, and we'll go to the other end to shoot free throws.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that foul.
In this second quarter, St. Ignatius, 2 of 9 from the field. That's 22%. They have hit both of their free throw attempts. For Montini, just a little better. 3 of 7 and 3 of 3 from the free throw line. That's Spanos. Good on the first. She's got 4 of her team's 9 points in this second quarter.
27.6 seconds left in this half. Ignatius, what you need to do here, if you get whatever happens here, whether it's a make or a miss, you do not want Montini getting another possession at all.
Second free throw doesn't get the roll. This is the biggest lead of the game, Carly.
Wow, 7 points.
We've seen 0 points from St. Ignatius over the last 3 minutes. I think that's because Reardon is just not taking shots. She's not on the floor, so who creates the offense? In the post, Haymaker goes to the corner. Quick ball movement. How? Look at the defense from Montini. Players go down. Kennedy, 3. It's short. 3 seconds left. Rebound. Floater. Kennedy at the buzzer. It is denied by Montini. And that gives us a score of 25-18. Montini with the lead. Boy, this has been a tightly contested first half as both teams looking to take that 3A state title.
What a big block by Nikki Kirsten. If Montini can try and build off of that energy as they go into the locker room. Now it's all about adjustments here. What adjustments can both teams make to get their offensive going? We're going to send it over to Kalia Butler, who's catching up with Montini's head coach right now. Kalia?
Coach, balanced attack so far. How do you like how your team is sharing the ball?
Our energy is great. We're sharing the ball. We're looking to attack, which is what we need to do. We're all being threats. We talked to the girls about that before the game. And, we're doing a nice job on the offensive end.
Reardon, the main threat for Ignatius right now. How do you shut her out in the second half?
you don't shut her out, but you contain her. And we're doing a good job with our help side defense. Peyton's working her butt off, trying to get in front of her. She's going to get her shots, but we just need to contain her.
Coach, thank you.
Thanks.
Ryan, back to you.
Our score at halftime, 25-18 Montini over St. Ignatius. After the break, Lauren Withrow, Mark Lindo, and Avi Story break down the first half from the studio.
The IHSA State Basketball Finals are brought to you in part by OSF Healthcare, offering hospitals, clinics, urgent care, virtual care, and more. Visit osfhealthcare.org today.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Every journey starts with a dream. For many, the path to achieving that dream starts at the YMCA. From sports dreams to wellness dreams to career dreams, the Y builds confidence, nurtures talent, and helps guide next steps. From the young to the young at heart, through every stage of life, the dream starts here at the Y. Start your journey today.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
The IHSA, committed to keeping student athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. 31 sports, 350,000 student athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here.
Montini has a 25-18 lead over St. Ignatius in the halftime of the 3A championship game. Alongside Avi Story and Mark Lindo, I'm Lauren Withrow. Let's get right into our first half highlights. First off, we got Natalie Gartland. She drives, fakes her defender, is wide open.
Use the screen, then a little bit of a shot fake to create separation. Get some friendly fire up on the 10 for the easy bucket roll.
Under a minute left in the first quarter, Reagan Reardon is open off a ball screen.
Yeah, just took advantage, tried to shoot the gap there, knock down a three. They keep that momentum going, I think they'll just be fine.
Montini's up by 1. It's Lily Spanos driving, splitting her defenders.
Using that right shoulder as a shield from the defense, splitting it with the left hand. Really nice job getting that ball to a bucket, an opportunity for the N1, which she was able to finish.
Coach Montini's doing a great job sharing the ball. They have 6 players with points on the board. What's impressing you most?
Well, Nikki Kirsten is their star, but they haven't needed her tonight. She only has 6 points at the half, but they've spread the wealth around. That's where you have great balance. They have to really be excited about that because right now they can't key on one Montini player.
Avi, St. Ignatius alum Mike Wilbon's tuned in. He wants to see his Wolfpack with come from behind here. What do they need to do?
Knock down shots. I think they're doing a good job as far as getting some good looks, but just really need to knock down some shots. And I think with that momentum going into the second half, again, they went 3.5 minutes without scoring, and I think they'll be fine.
Montini trying to get out of a scoring drought. We'll have the second half coming up soon, but more from our halftime show right after this.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you locally in part by Ashley. Style begins at home. IBEW Local 134. Building careers, building the future. Northern Illinois University, where your future is our focus. Visit niu.edu. And by Chicagoland Roofing Council, Chicagoland's best value, best roofs all year long.
Don't miss Orange Days, Ashley's biggest sale of the year. This week only, shop incredible doorbusters like this queen panel bed starting at just $199. These savings won't last long. Shop and save today, only at Ashley.
GIA Diamonds, lowest prices ever. The Jewelry Exchange has natural 1-carat GIAs just $19.90. Custom mounts are just $4.99. Carat 50, $29.90. 2-carat, $59.90. Thousands of diamonds guaranteed the lowest price. The Jewelry Exchange, Villa Park.
Ashley's Orange Days are this week. For a limited time, buy more, save more with up to 30% off. Or get low monthly payments with no interest financing for 60 months. And with our price match guarantee, you know you're getting the best deal. This week only at Ashley.
Angel Reese sneaking her way for 3. Thrills it. Cardoso from behind. Tracks it down.
Watch the Chicago Sky all season long on the U.
It's halftime of the girls' Class 3A state championship game between Montini and St. Ignatius. Coming up, we've got one more game that's going to be Fremd against Kenwood Academy.
Well, Fremd, exhilarating double overtime victory last night. How did they get that done? How improbable was that? Why? Coco Urlacher had a career game. She had 32 points, 17 boards. She willed their team to a W.
Well, I'm expecting Kenwood to go ahead and lock that up. I think they're going to come out here and do a great job, aggressive with their defense and being able to go in offensively and just be able to execute.
More from our halftime show coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
You know what it's like to watch a winning team. Now it's your turn to be a part of one. The Illinois State Police is recruiting for our next cadet classes, and you could be our MVP. Protect the public, help those in need, and make a lasting impact in your community. Our mission, your future, higher purpose, higher pay. Starting pay is at $90,000 with incredible benefits package, including a take-home squad car, tuition reimbursement, paid leave, and more. Join the team that makes a difference. Apply today at IllinoisTrooper.com.
Is college not what you thought it was going to be? Here's an opportunity to work with your hands as well as your mind. Learn how to insulate mechanical systems in the industrial and commercial industries. With the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, you get to earn while you learn through our apprenticeship program. After 5 years, you'll finish with no debt, money in the bank, and you'll be on your way towards a pension. Scan the QR code and apply today, or visit our website to learn more.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Now's the time to update your fixtures with an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Check out our lighting showroom and find your style with a huge selection of stock vanity lights. This 3-light Stewart vanity light is available in brushed nickel or oil-rubbed bronze finish. Now just $29.98 after rebate. Get a stylish vintage look plus the latest in LED technology with Fight Electric enhanced light bulbs. 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The halftime stats are brought to you by Menards.
Yeah, I think free throw line. For them to be able to get to the free throw line, St. Ignatius, then we got to be more aggressive to the basket, get to the free throw line, and do well.
3-point. Both teams been ice cold from the arc. Got to get inside-out basketball, get some spot-up jump shots.
Reagan Reardon leading the Wolfpack right now with 11.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry. Our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF on-call urgent care. In person or virtual. We're always there.
This is the run my own business dream. This is the colleges paid for dream. This is the retire early dream. This is Busey, where your dreams and possibilities become moments through trusted guidance and expertise, through lifelong relationships. Because we're here to help you achieve the life you've always envisioned.
Attention high school students. If you're tired of hearing the same old college debt story, we've got an exciting alternative for you. Join the Mid-America Carpenters Union and let your career dreams take flight. You can earn great pay, enjoy no-cost health insurance, and secure a stable retirement, all with no college debt and an elite career that's here to stay. It's time to build your future your way. Ready to carve your path to success? Contact the Mid-America Carpenters Union today to learn how you can unleash your potential.
Today's game brought to you by OSF Healthcare and by Country Financial. Kalia Butler is on the sideline with head coach Kara Doyle.
With Ignatius head coach Kara Doyle, Coach Reagan Reardon kind of leading the attack right now. How can others start to contribute?
Any way they want to. Big moments, big games, and our kids are a little nervous, but we just had a great talk in the locker room. We've had a phenomenal season, historic in every way for our school, and we're going to spend the next 16 minutes just playing for ourselves and playing the best basketball we have this year, and whatever happens, happens.
Defensively, what adjustments are you looking to make?
We're going to prevent them from scoring this half, Kalia. We just got to get the ball out of Nikki's hands, and then we got to help the helper make sure they can't get that extra pass.
Coach, thank you. Best of luck.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalia. Just a coach that's extremely honest. You got to play defense, and you got to score the basket.
I love them when Kalia asked her, how can you get other people going? And they're like, any way they want to. Please, somebody else needs to score the bucket. We love to hear it.
When we talked to Coach Doyle, she was a quote machine. Just everything she said, we just wrote down as gold. Montini 25, St. Ignatius 18. Really a fairly even first half. Montini just a little advantage in their shooting. 9 of 17 compared to 7 of 22 for St. Ignatius.
And I love that St. Ignatius was the first team out of the locker room. You and I were talking here at halftime that Ignatius, you got to have your talk, but you got to get out here and get those misses out of the way. Montini, though, striking first in the second half.
Some soft defense there from St. Ignatius, and Kirsten takes advantage with that teardrop. Yeah, I agree. You shoot bad in the first half, get out of that locker room early and get some shots up.
Yeah, just get all that ickiness out.
Ignatius averaging 65 points a game in the state tournament. They are playing elite basketball. But today, they have struggled offensively. Good hustle there from Kirsten. Dives to the floor, but can't come up with it. That's the hustle St. Ignatius needs to make a comeback.
Yeah, great job there by Reardon. I really want to see, though, when they get back on the offensive side of the ball, stop shooting the three. They're not hitting. You're shooting 9% right now. Go ahead and drive inside.
Montini not much better, 1 of 5. So one combined 3 between these clubs. Good free throw shooting, 6 of 7 Montini, 3 of 4 for St. Ignatius. Tough fadeaway jumper. Kennedy, it should be Kirsten, doesn't get it to roll in. See if St. Ignatius can build their offense here. It's been a while since we've seen them on a roll.
Yeah, drive inside, take advantage of it.
Where is Reardon? She's going to flash into the corner. Oh, nice up and under layup, no good from St. Ignatius' Caroline. What the putback is, and that's the offense we want to see.
Yeah, you got to start getting your paint game going for St. Ignatius. The last time when they played Washington, they had 20 points inside while they were shooting only 28.6% from the arc. So use what works for you, which is your inside game.
Miller for 2 there for St. Ignatius. Dribbling under the basket is Montini's Kenny. Kirsten looks like she is locked in through 2 quarters and change.
Yeah, she's doing a great job with her ball hand. Look at that.
Drives inside, fakes the pass, reverse layup. Ooh, missed it. Did everything right, but didn't finish the basket. Yeah, 4-on-2 break for St. Ignatius. Got away with a walk there. No good. Offensive rebound. Reardon. She finishes it off, and it's a 4-0 run for St. Ignatius, scoring where? under the basket.
That's exactly what they need to do. Whatever Coach Doyle said in the locker room is starting to get inside St. Ignatius' heads. You've got to get other people, though, outside of Reardon getting some buckets.
5-point lead for Montini. Post-up game. Backing in. That's Mellish. She's in as a reserve for Kirtland, still dealing with that injury. Floater falls, and one for Montini. Farrell with the bucket and the harm. You see the celebration from the players. I mean, everybody, whether you're the starter or you're at the end of the bench, they are all in. And check out this move.
Yeah, look at this. Nice little drive inside, draws the contact, and it bounces off the iron and inside the nylon. Great little move there by Farrell.
First foul goes against St. Ignatius in the quarter. That goes against Helm. So Helm picks up the foul, and a three-point play is good. Miller will fake the triple, gives it back off to Reardon. A lot of fake threes around the perimeter. If you're Montini, do you back off and try to let St. Ignatius start taking more threes? Because they haven't been good from out there.
I feel like you can do that, but Ignatius needs to challenge them and contest.
Another turnover, St. Ignatius on the travel. St. Ignatius looking for their first ever girls state title. You know all about Montini's run in state titles in the 2010s.
Yeah, they won in 2010, 2011, 2012. A lot of those girls on those teams I played travel ball with, and they were hoopers then, and I know they could still hoop now if they wanted to.
Taking the pass, driving in, scoring in traffic. That's Farrell again. Montini is clicking.
Yo, that was a nice little ball fake. She can fake me out over here.
Up to 55% shooting for Montini. Farrell all of a sudden has exploded for 9 points.
That depth that we didn't see out of Montini in the semifinal game is now showing up here today.
10-point lead all of a sudden. Driving, Miller couldn't go to the basket. Great defense in the post. That's Mellish, and she is relishing her role. Driving in, layup. Oh my goodness! Counted by St. Ignatius.
And one. Nice little teardrop there by Reardon. Now here's the big thing. Can't leave points at the free throw line. Look at this replay. Nice little spin, slides through the double team contact, takes it. St. Ignatius student section getting so hyped for her. Now, can she turn it into a three-point play?
Mellish with the foul, her first. Reardon up to 15 points, so over half her club's points. Free throw, give it to her.
Yeah, if you're Ignatius, you've got to start getting other people to get their offensive game going.
Or on the other end, if you're Reardon, put the team on your back and lead the way.
Yeah, the other thing, though, Ignatius, you got to get these defensive stops and turn them into offensive runs.
Driving in against Spanos. Throws a wild shot up, no good, and it will be an over-the-back foul on St. Ignatius. Stops the clock with 4:21 left in the third quarter. Foul is on Helm. She's picked up 2 straight here in the third quarter.
4 of Ignatius starters now with 2 fouls apiece.
Cartland still out with that knee injury. A really good first half for her as she had a team-high 7 points for a while. Baseline drive for Kenny. She'll give it off to Mellish. We'll see a rare substitution for St. Ignatius coming in on the next dead ball. Farrell at the free throw line. High-low pass. Deflected. Good defense from Hinton. Diving to the floor. It's a turnover. Leading the break. Kennedy. Layup. Count it.
Defensive stops into offensive runs. That's what Ignatius did well in that semifinal game. They got to do that here again today if they want to make it all the way into the fourth quarter and chip away at this lead.
6 points for St. Ignatius in the first quarter, already 9 here in the third quarter. Ignatius playing their best basketball of the night. I like this matchup. Hinton defending on Kirsten. Fadeaway jumper. It's off the mark. Rebound for Reardon. And here comes St. Ignatius. Fast break. Into the corner. Open 3. This would be huge, and it's good. Everling dials it up from downtown. What a run.
At the bank.
What a run for St. Ignatius, and they trail by 2.
That absolutely lit up Ignatius' student section. Can Ignatius build on this momentum, or can Montini stop it and get the momentum back on their side?
An 8-0 run for St. Ignatius, and we get the foul. A bolt of energy just took over here in the St. Ignatius crowd. As look at the play from St. Ignatius.
Just a great move here. Reardon also looking up the floor to get it in transition. It is a 32-30 lead for Montini. We'll see you right after the break.
Get an 11% rebate on your kitchen upgrade now at Menards. Arts. It's easy to create your dream kitchen with Clearview Cabinetry, offering a selection of finishes made with the finest materials and built to withstand life's sticky messes. Clearview Cabinetry offers features like soft closed doors and drawers and cabinet accessories to match your unique style. Get these Traffic Hickory kitchen cabinets for $3819.99 after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
It's anybody's ball game for the 3A title. Montini up on St. Ignatius 32-30 with 3:02 left in the third. And let's take a look at our defensive plays of the game. Brought to you by the Union Carpenters and Contractors, partners in building communities and supporting working families.
Now, even though Ignatius is on an 8-0 run, Montini, if they want to stop that, they got to do what they did in the first half. They have 6 steals so far in this game, along with 3 block shots, and they were moving the ball in transition. They've done a really great job defensively. If they want to get back into it and stop this run that Ignatius is on, you got to tap back into this intensity that we saw earlier in the game.
Those 6 steals, those 3 blocks, those were all in the first half. So St. Ignatius has made the right adjustments offensively. They're taking care of the basketball, and that's why they're back in this one.
I really want to know what Coach Doyle said in the locker room, because Ignatius came out with completely different energy here in the second half.
It fired him up. Montini coming out of the break. Pass inside. Oh, Mellish was wide open under the basket, but gave it away. Fadeaway jumper. There's another rejection. It's Hinton with the denial. Some trouble there from Reardon. She loses it. Players go down, and is that a foul on Reardon? A golden opportunity for St. Ignatius there to push the ball and tie it with bucket.
And that's 3 on Reardon. 3 on Reardon now, but look at this great stop by Hinton to move the ball up the floor. Reardon pushing it. I think she wanted to try and feed, lost the ball though for a little bit, and unfortunately hacked a little bit at Nikki Kirsten.
So Reardon comes out, and this is a strategy move from St. Ignatius' head coach, Kara Doyle. How long can you afford to keep Reardon on the bench?
Well, that's where you need Sally Kennedy, who's leading right now, or Izzy Keberline as well. Both of them leading scorers of the ones that are on the floor. You need that other offensive weapons to kick into play here.
Montini basketball. Hinton is the defensive stopper, as she's been passed to guard Kirsten and knocks it out of bounds again. Kirsten is having a tough time with Hinton.
Hinton is just saying, this is my paint. There's no, you can't come through here. This is my paint, my house.
Both teams with 3 rejections. Oh, poking the ball loose. Hinton running after it, diving for the ball in front of the bench. Look at the atmosphere, and it will be Montini basketball. Did you see the distance that Hinton went for that basketball?
Oh, man, she is fast. She sprinted down there, and this is the type of energy. Look at this replay, though. Moving. The ball, yeah, it does come out on Hinton right at the very end, so good call there by my cousin Mike Bell. Got to give him a little bit of a shout-out.
No points for Montini over the last 3 minutes. They got to end that scoring drought.
Yeah, you got to try and convert here, or else Ignatius is going to come back, and it's going to take them. They're going to take the momentum on their side.
Crossover, pull-up jumper, nothing but net for Kirsten. And that's just another day at the office for her. She can drill those all day.
Yeah, Kirsten with 10 points now, 3 of 9 from the floor. Also 4 of 4 from the free throw line. So she's only really had about 6 points that are actually from the floor. Everything else has come from the charity stripe.
Hinton nice into the defense and draws the foul. She'll get a couple free throws. She's just 1 of 3 from the field, has yet to shoot a free throw. And St. Ignatius has only been to the line 5 times.
Yeah, compared to Montini's. But I want to get back to Kirsten's stat line. Not only 10 points, she's contributing across the stat sheet. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 3 steals. That's somebody that can contribute in any stat and knows her role. Even if it's not scoring points, she knows that it's other parts of the game that you need to contribute to.
First foul on Mellish. The free throw's good for Hinton. It's a brand new ball game. If St. Ignatius doesn't come out with fire in this third quarter, they're trouble. But this is the style of basketball that got them to the state championship.
Yeah, St. Ignatius, though, needs to be careful with their fouls. The next one, then you're going to send Montini to the line.
Just 2 fouls for Montini here in the third. Hellish in the corner, needs some help, goes to Kirsten. Kirsten has to take this game over. She is the superstar that got Montini on a roll to head to the state title.
Ignatius has done a good job at containing her, though.
Open three on the way, bingo! Defender went under the screen and give it to her.
Put your goggles on, that's the 3-ball.
37-32, a minute left in the third quarter. Just the second three from Montini. Helms creating space. Remember, no Reardon on the court, so your offensive playmaker not available. Making the move, driving, Kennedy, foul on the ground. And if you're a St. Ignatius fan, you go, oh, we didn't want that whistle.
You could see Kennedy there. She was like, I didn't know. I really wish that was a shooting foul. But look at this person with a nice little handle to create the space and knock it down to spread the lead. You could tell Kennedy, though, was not happy that that was called on the floor and not a shooting foul.
How about a three on the other end? Kennedy can't hit. Offensive rebound, grab by Keverly, goes up strong, and she's fouled. St. Ignatius working hard on both ends of the court.
Now let's see if Keverly can convert at the charity stripe. She's the first time to the free throw line. This is the problem that we saw in these semifinals. A lot of teams were leaving points at the charity stripe. You got to convert here. It's only a 5-point game right now with 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
First free throw is good. Kirsten's second foul. You look at free throw percentages from these teams in the semifinals. St. Ignatius, 53% from the line. Montini, 62% from the line.
Now both teams shooting 87%.
Both free throws are good. How big is it for St. Ignatius to keep this game close with their star Reardon and those 3 fouls on the bench?
If St. Ignatius wants to get the momentum back on their side, you get to stop here and turn it into points on the other end in quick transitional play.
Final 20 seconds of the third quarter. Man, this game heated up. It's for the 3A title as both teams go into battle.
Great control of the clock here by Montini.
Double team on Kirsten, down to 10. She's got to get rid of it. Spanos, lobs to the post. It's deflected. Oh, back over to Kirsten. It's loose. She's at half court with 4. Makes her move. A 3. A prayer at the buzzer. And a foul. We have a foul at the buzzer. And 3 big free throws coming up with zeros on the clock.
Oh, man, that is a bad foul by St. Ignatius. You're not happy that that happened. Let's take a look at this real quick. Shoots it. Yeah, that's a foul. Can't lean into her while she's shooting. Yes, her arms were up, but you can't bring your body into her. Now this is crucial. Kirsten doesn't have to worry about anyone standing there. She is perfect from the free throw line. These are huge free throws for Montini.
All alone at the free throw line. First one good. Kennedy picked up the foul, her third. 2 more. Kirsten's next. Got it. 1 more. Some pivotal free throws in this contest.
This is such a huge swing of momentum into Montini's favor.
All 3 fall, and Montini's lead grows 40-34. Don't go anywhere. The 3A title is on the line, and it's here at Sefview Arena.
Don't miss Orange Days, Ashley's biggest sale of the year. This week only, shop incredible doorbusters like this queen panel bed starting at just $199. These savings won't last long. Shop and save today, only at Ashley.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
On behalf of our 12,000 members, I want to congratulate all the athletes in today's competition. I am Don Finn, the business manager of IBW Local 134, representing the unionized electricians of Chicago and Cook County. Local 134 offers you more than just a job. It offers you a career. Our future is brighter than ever. From building solar fields to constructing data centers to shaping Chicago's skyline. Join the most diverse workforce in the building trades. Building careers, building the future. IBEW Local 134.
Ashley's Orange Days are this week. For a limited time, buy more, save more with up to 30% off. Or get low monthly payments with no interest financing for 60 months. And with our price match guarantee, you know you're getting the best deal. This week only at Ashley.
Today's Plays of the Game brought to you by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs.
Sally Kennedy just laying it in. Just Ignatius finding some. There's just been great plays all over. Reardon fighting for things there. Just good buckets. We've just had a really competitive game from tip-off until now heading into the final 8 minutes of the game. Who will have this energy moving into the fourth quarter? Now let's send it over to Kalia Butler, who seems to have a nice little family animal friend next to her.
Yes, I'm with the Ignatius fans over here, but I'm also with the team mascot. I mean, how are you feeling about the game so far? Speechless. I understand. Me too. Over here, I'm with Kennedy, who is actually a JV player. What have you learned from the girls on the team so far this year?
Just honestly, great communication, great team bonding, and honestly, we all come together when we need each other, and it's the best experience I've had.
I mean, you've been around this team a lot this season as well. How excited were you to come down here to support them?
Very excited. You know, this is the first time our girls will come down here in School of History. So, you know, everybody's very excited, very happy. Everybody made the drive. We're all probably going to lose our voices by tomorrow, but, you know, it'll be worth it.
Well, keep that energy up. They need it, you guys. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks a bunch, Kalia. 40-34. Montini with the lead on St. Ignatius. Those 3 free throws are huge. Layup for St. Ignatius, and that's a foul that'll send Helms to the free throw line.
Yeah, just pivotal. I know some of the fans here were not happy with that call, but again, I know people are like, her hands were up, she didn't hit her. No matter what, if you lean your body and you bring your body into a shooter, even if your arms are straight up, it will be a foul. Did Nikki lean into it a little bit and do a little bit of acting to help sell it? Absolutely, but that was contact, and that is a foul.
4 fouls on Mellish. She's got to come out. Remember, Montini went 5 starters all the way in their previous victory in the semifinals, so this is foreign territory.
Yeah, we haven't seen this depth out of Montini here at normal, so we'll see if it's able to play here. It's really sad, though. I do feel for Gartland, who went out early. She was the leading scorer with 7 points. Now let's see what Montini and Ignatius can do here in the final 7.5 minutes.
According to our reports, officially out the rest of the game, so a big loss for Montini as we will get a foul. By the way, Marquette comes in. Sophie Marquette, a 5'7" sophomore guard. Keberlin with 3 fouls, and the foul starting to mount up on both sides.
Yeah, fouls for Ignatius. You have Helms, Reardon, and Keberlin all with 3 fouls apiece for Montini. You have Kirsten, Spanos, and Kinney with 2 fouls apiece.
Kirsten so good in that third quarter. She had 10 of her 16 points. Any changes you're making for these teams, Carly?
Yeah, you want to play discipline. You really don't want to see anybody get into foul trouble, especially if you're Ignatius.
Farrell begging for the ball at the free throw line. Will we see some patience here from Montini?
I feel like it's more Ignatius is playing really sound defense right now to force bad shots.
Fade-away shot from Farrell and a foul. More free throws. That's the 2nd foul on Miller.
You really got to be careful here if you're Ignatius with how you're hacking defensively. You were doing so well in that first quarter, so sound, no one really in foul trouble. I know there's a lot of intensity right now, but you really need to just calm down and play the disciplined style of ball. Looks like Coach Doyle is about to preach that to her team as she takes the timeout.
How about this? 10 of 11 for both teams from the free throw line, a vast improvement of their previous game.
Yeah, and I know we've talked about St. Ignatius relying on Reardon. She's got 16 of Ignatius's 36 points. She's 7 for 12 from the floor, but the rest of the team only 5 for 19.
How about we go back to 2014, the last state title that we've seen, as we get a flashback. Good times for Montini in the Class 3A state final. That was some distance there. celebration in center court. And for Montini, they hope to do it again for the 5th time as they defeated Joliet Catholic Academy 57-44.
It would be the 5th time in 15 years for the Broncos.
Look at that suit from Coach Comiskey. Woo! All white and looking dapper.
Super dapper. That is a big man. I know we talked about it when we saw him in the semifinals, but every now and then I see him, I'm like, man, he's huge.
Now 10 of 12 from the line for Montini after that first free throw is missed. Second one, got it.
Montini not having anyone down there to rebound I find really interesting. I know they want to try and limit any type of transitional gain for Ignatius, but you at least want to have one person down there to rebound. We got some movement here for Ignatius. Let's see what they're going to do. Just ball movement all around the arc. Hinton there just at the three-point line. Cashes it at the bank.
Next man up, and Hinton has been the X-factor off the bench, notably on the defensive end. But when Reardon went down, she said, this is my game.
Hinton with 7 points so far, 2 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 2 from behind the arc.
Last lead for St. Ignatius back early in the first quarter, 7-4. It's a 2-point lead for Montini. Kirsten will run away from the defense. St. Ignatius is throwing double teams all over. At the logo at center court, and you can tell Montini they're not near as comfortable unless Kirsten is running the offense.
Yeah, when Kirsten picks up the ball, Montini does look a little bit frazzled.
Bounce pass to the left side. Kenny looking post, ball punched out again. And how many times in that possession did we see a player for St. Ignatius in the passing lane?
Yeah, hands just all over the place, and you can tell, I have a feeling in that timeout, Coach Doyle was like, hey, we got to be careful of our fouls. Play sound defense, don't hack.
Hinton seizing the moment with that big three. 6 minutes left until we crown a state title winner in the class of 3A. Runner, it's missed by Farrell. Rebound, Reardon. Can St. Ignatius tie or take the lead here?
This is a huge possession for the Wolfpack.
We'll see if Reardon gets back involved. She wants to post up inside. Miller will give it off to Reardon. She's got a one-on-one. Hesitates, pro hop in the lane, swatted out of bounds. That's Farrell with the denial. You got to play tough at this point in the game. 4 blocks on Montini.
Wow, 4 blocks as well, 7 steals. Look at this replay. Reardon just pushing it through, but Montini says, nah, not in my house.
Diving to the ground, loose ball. Look at that steal from Montini. Both teams have to be exhausted, Carly.
Yeah, this has just been a really physical, fast contest today between the two of these.
Dribbling through a double team. Kirsten in trouble. She lost it. It's at half court. It's anybody's basketball. Montini somehow gets it back. Those 50-50 balls tend to be going Montini's way, and a good timeout taken by Montini's coach, Shannon Spanos. You look at those last 2 possessions, a little helter-skelter, out of control.
Yeah, you really need to come bring your team into the huddle and go, hey, calm down. Yes, it's a 2-point game. Yes, it's been physical, but you need to play the style of ball that got you here. Montini, though, needs to get some other people looking. I feel like they're going to start feeding Farrell. She's 4 of 8 from the field. Kirsten as well with 16 points, shooting 40% from the field. She's also got 4 steals, 2 blocks, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. If you're Ignatius here, you really need to limit the fouls here. And if you look at what we've had here today, some great title games in Class 1A. Ryan and I got to see history made with Pecatonica winning their first ever state title in school history across all sports, 63-45. And then Ryan, that 2A game between Nashville and Peoria and Notre Dame, a rematch of last year, different outcome.
4 excellent quarters from Nashville. They look like the real deal. They take home the 2A title, and coming up, 4A should be a classic.
That's going to be a great one between Fremd and Kenwood. Again, that was another game where we were asking some people around. They're like, who you got? And they're like, it's a real big toss-up. It depends on the type of game that both Kenwood and Fremd are going to come out with early.
And this is the game we were hoping to see. Final 5 minutes of the game, close. It's been close throughout. Well, we see a double team from St. Ignatius. And Kirsten throwing those elbows, just trying to get some freedom. How about the defensive intensity in this second half from St. Ignatius?
They've really just dialed everything in, very disciplined.
Spanos spots, shoots, 3 and a travel. Oh, man, take 3 points off the board.
Yeah, just took 1 too many steps. Now, if you're Ignatius, do you want to shoot something right away? No, get your set going. See if you can find Reardon inside.
Reardon 7 of 13 from the field, a team high 16 points. In fact, Reardon, Kirsten, both 16 at the free throw line. Turnaround jumper, Reardon off the side of the rim, no good. Kirsten with the rebound. She just piles up stats. Her third rebound, also has a couple blocks and 4 steals.
St. Ignatius, though, winning the battle on the boards, out rebounding Montini 21-14.
Foul will go against St. Ignatius as Kirsten trying to do everything as she is down on the floor, and she's going to need a minute. There's been more times this quarter that Kirsten has gone to the floor that Coach Spanos would like to see.
Oh, this is not good.
Injuries have been a problem for Montini tonight. Remember, Gartland down with that knee injury. She was forced to come out of the game.
She's hurt, and it looks like it might be her elbow or her wrist. It's definitely on her arm.
Kirsten, 4 of 10 shooting, 7 of 7 from the free throw line, has been one of the stars in the state for St. Ignatius. They've been led by Reardon with her 16 points, but how about 7 apiece from Keberlin and Hinton? Those two have provided a big-time punch for St. Ignatius.
Now, this is a huge loss if Kirsten is not able to get back in the game, holding her elbow. I don't know if it's just a stinger and she just needs a minute. Here's the replay. Let's see what happens here. Pushing away, gets all the way through. Comes down. Oh, yeah, jams the hand in the arm on the foot, and it looks like that will be hopefully just a stinger. You want to see her come back in the game.
Here's your question. Who handles the basketball for Montini?
Well, it looks like she's about to come back in.
Got to come out for one play.
That's a gamer right there.
One possession game. And a foul off the ball. That's a huge gift for Montini. The foul will go against St. Ignatius. Keberlin just picked up her 4th foul.
That's huge. Keberlin and Kennedy now with 4 fouls for Ignatius, and then Helms and Reardon with 3. You need to play tight, disciplined defense if you're St. Ignatius here.
Kirsten still waits to come in as the clock never started. Turnaround jumper from 5 is missed by Farrell. The rebound collected by St. Ignatius. When are they going to tie or take the lead? Is this their moment?
If I'm St. Ignatius, you kind of don't want any stoppage of play so that Nikki just sits there on the sideline.
Kennedy looks under the basket. Reardon trying to post up on the block. Instead, it's a drive from Keberlin and a foul, a blocking foul on Montini. That does stop the clock, but an opportunity for St. Ignatius to tie the game. Kenny just picked up her 3rd. Big free throws for St. Ignatius.
Mellish also with 4 fouls for Montini. So if she gets into foul trouble, who are you going to bring off the bench? We never saw that depth in that semifinal game, so how deep can they go?
Your answer from me, I don't know.
Oh, it's an I don't know. Who do you pull in?
11 of 12 from the line for St. Ignatius. That's 92%, folks. No good. And it's a 41-40 lead. St. Ignatius just can't take that next step to take the lead.
Free throws, free throws, free throws. You got to make them.
And remember, these two teams have already met this season, so you know the similarities, the familiarities between them. That's why we're getting such a good game for the 3A title.
This has been a great matchup since tip-off. Great defense there by Reardon to try and get the 5-second call and leading to the timeout by Coach Spanos.
Montini scoreless for the last 3 minutes. They hope to break that dry spell as we got a good one. 4 minutes left, 41-40. Montini with the lead on St. Ignatius.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you in part by Country Financial, insurance that does more. Visit countryfinancial.com to experience more today.
Every journey starts with a dream. For many, the path to achieving that dream starts at the YMCA. From sports dreams to wellness dreams to career dreams, the Y builds confidence, nurtures talent, and helps guide next steps. From the young to the young at heart, through every stage of life, the dream starts here at the Y. Start your journey today.
Every year, you have a choice. One that says staying independent and family-owned means something on your farm. So plant your independence. Plant Whiffles. When you plant Whiffles hybrids, you're making a statement that independence and family-owned means something on your farm. So make your choice. Plant your independence. Plant Whiffles.
It's a nail-biter at Sefcu Arena. Montini leads St. Ignatius by just 1. We'll have our post-game analysis and highlights coming up right after the game. For now, we'll send it back out to Sefcu. It's Ryan Turk and Carly Bell on the call.
41-40, Montini leads over St. Ignatius, and we're coming down to the wire. 3:52 left. How about this run from St. Ignatius?
Yeah, they're going on a 6-1 run here in the last few minutes, but just the second half has been lights out for Ignatius. They're just shooting better, shooting 6 of 12, so 50% from the floor, 50% from beyond the arc, and 88% from the free throw line, whereas Montini, 41% from the floor, 100% from the free throw line with just that one shot. But in the fourth quarter, Montini's only taken 2 whole shots in the last 4 minutes. St. Ignatius, though, getting a few more buckets and still able to convert. That's why St. Ignatius has been able to get back in this. And if you're St. Ignatius, you've got to watch your fouls. You don't have any fouls to give, because if you do, Montini's going to the free throw line.
Low turnovers in the second half. Just 3 for St. Ignatius, 2 for Montini. This is the game we hope to see for the 3A title. Backing in, Spanos. We'll get rid of it to Kirsten. I like this move from Kirsten. She's going to reset the offense, but here comes that double team from St. Ignatius. This has worked wonders for the defense. Driving in, layup is missed by Montini, and St. Ignatius gets that all-important rebound. Feels like the biggest possession of the game right here.
Yeah, this is it. If Ignatius can try and get the momentum in their way, we don't know how this last 3 minutes is going to go. I also think if you're Ignatius, you want to slow down here and make sure you're finding a good shot. Reardon just going inside. Great move. Draws the contact and one. Flexes on the floor.
Triple team doesn't matter. Reardon still scores, and the lead belongs to St. Ignatius.
Her and Kennedy doing a nice little dance there after she got the N1. Nice little drive. Great ball movement. Bop, bop, bop. Lay it in.
The and 1 for Reardon. Man, we have seen some stars in this tournament.
It's just been a great tournament, especially in these state final games. We saw some one-sided stuff in these semifinals, but in these championship games, these teams are just fighting until the final minute.
3 fouls on Kirsten. Free throw is missed by St. Ignatius. What are you expecting here for the final 3 minutes, Carly?
Well, from Ignatius, disciplined. Is Montini can convert here? No. Great rebounds. Look at this, though. Kirsten, though, wanting to fight for it, gets it in. Battle on the boards. Great block by Hinton.
And it's a foul. Montini with the foul. Rebound, Reardon.
And that's Mellish.
If that's Mellish, it's 5. We'll get the call from the official. Shot up, no good. A battle for the board. And Mellish has fouled out with 5. Mellish gave Montini big minutes with the injuries.
Now who do you bring in off the bench? That's a huge loss for Montini. This depth is very, very, very important.
Looks like Marquette will come back in. She played a couple minutes in the first half. Boy, the depth is being tested. And, you know, you look at the other day, Montini, all 5 starters went the whole way. So you're throwing new players in the biggest game of the season.
This is where that experience comes into play. They have been battle tested this year, and you have to just let those nerves go and play basketball here for the last 2.5 minutes.
And for the first time since early in the first quarter, Montini is down. Patience here from St. Ignatius. Tough pull-up jumper off the back iron. No good from Helms. And a big rebound from Montini.
Good.
Back and forth we go. It's going to be a good one for the final 2.
Good look by Helms there, though.
4.5 minutes without Montini getting a point, and will get a foul as Reardon points down the other way. St. Ignatius securing every big rebound.
That momentum is starting to swing in St. Ignatius's favor now. Both teams, any foul that happens from this point, well, no, Montini now, that was their 5th foul. So St. Ignatius now going to the line. St. Ignatius, though, in these last minute has played a very disciplined style of defense, not hacking, because they know any foul that they make, it's Montini going to the line. So what's it going to come down to in these last 2 minutes? free throws.
Marquette picks up the first foul. Keberline to the line. Does not hit the first free throw, rolls in and out. The big adjustment at halftime is the double teams put on Kirsten, getting the ball out of her hands. If you're going to win this game, you had to equalize her, and that's exactly what Coach Kara Doyle did, as both free throws were missed.
You got to convert at the free throw line. Ignatius has left 5 points there. Montini has left 2.
Talk about leaving points off the board, though. 0 of 7 from the field from Montini. That is no longer the case. A runner inside by Kinney, and Montini retakes the lead.
We're going to see a lot of lean changes here in the last minute.
Both coaches with timeouts left. And that's exactly what we see. A timeout taken on the floor. Take us into the huddle, Carly. What's the conversation look like?
That's a great timeout by Coach Doyle, because you got 1:45 to go. You don't want to foul, and you want this to be a good drop. If I'm Coach Doyle, you want to try and get in action for Reardon. Now, if I'm Montini, Coach Spanos, you have to just preach disciplined defense. Don't hack, don't foul, don't send them to the free throw line. And if you were to send anybody to the free throw line, I don't even know who you would probably want to foul. Maybe Keberline, because she just missed those last 2, but you need that disciplined style of defense. Both teams as well, but Montini especially here on this possession. Ignatius, get that action for Reardon. If not, have it be a good kick out to, I would have to say, probably Hinton. Hinton's had a great job, or Keberline, but Keberline, it would have to be a driving score.
We got some times for some highlights here. A 1-point lead for Montini with 1:44 left. You see the drive here. Kenny taking contact, scoring. It's next player up, and Kenny on the season, averaging just 7 points a game, but one of the top scorers in the post for Montini. Yeah. Did it just get loud in here, or is it me?
I know, it felt like it got really loud in here. Ignatius student section is up on their feet. They haven't sat the entire game. Same thing with Montini. It's all about energy, momentum. This is going to be a great finish here for the last 1:44.
2 ties. 3 lead changes. That 10-point lead for Montini, forget about it. It's a 1-point game. St. Ignatius draws up the play. Reardon wants the ball inside. She's got it. Montini swarms on her. Shot taken away. Kirsten with the defense and a jump ball. Possession arrow points to Montini, so that's a turnover. And we'll get another timeout. And you got the timeouts, you might as well use them, Carly.
Yeah, but you don't want to use too many. I believe then Coach Doyle will only have 1 left for the rest of the game. Let's take a look at this here. Reardon with the spin, trying to get it in there. Kirsten, wow, just disciplined defense, making sure she didn't hack and grab the ball to force the jump.
And that's instincts, knowing your opponent, knowing that St. Ignatius' star Reardon likes that turnaround jumper, using her size on that fadeaway, just snuck in and got a hand on the ball.
Yeah, that was just a great disciplined defense there by Montini. Now, man, 1:28. I'm hyped, man. This has been a great game from the jump. I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know how this is going to finish. Is it all going to come down to a buzzer beater? I don't know. Or is it going to be at the charity stripe? I don't know.
Great weekend of basketball here. We still got 1 more game left. 4A coming up next.
That's what's crazy. There's still 1 more game to play.
Montini 43, St. Ignatius 42. The stats very similar. Montini 43% from the field, St. Ignatius 39. Neither team has shot well from beyond the arc. Just 2 of 7 from Montini, 3 of 14 from St. Ignatius. Both these teams 11 free throws made. That's why we got a 1-point lead for Montini.
Montini looking to get their 5th title in 15 years. St. Ignatius looking to win their 1st ever state title in girls basketball history.
History on the line this weekend for these 2 teams.
Ignatius in a full court press.
It's Kirsten with the ball. Cruises across the defense, and she will run away to set up the offense. Montini doesn't need a shot. They want to take time off the clock, but most importantly, you cannot commit a turnover, as Hinton on the reach for St. Ignatius.
That's a good foul. You want to stop the clock. Hinton also has plenty of fouls to give. That's her 1st foul in the game.
The downside of that is you send Kirsten to the line where she's 7 of 7.
I I know. Of all people, you don't want to follow Kirsten, but she's the one that has the ball 90% of the time.
Well, you look back, one of the big plays of the game, the foul at the buzzer at the end of the first half. Kirsten taking the three. She ends up making all 3 free throws. Are those 3 points the difference in this game? Starting to feel like it.
Starting to feel like it, and now she's 8 for 8. This free throw here, very crucial for Montini to see if they can spread it to 3.
For St. Ignatius, do you have a play drawn up right now that you're looking for?
I feel like now you still want to get your action to Reardon, but I'm also going to say this. If you do a drive and kick out, I wouldn't be mad at that either.
3-point lead, Montini. Just over a minute left in the ballgame. We play for the 3A title. I thought Reardon was going to pop that 3 there. She's hit 1 tonight.
I thought that was the shot. That was the play that they wanted.
Reardon begging for the ball inside. Kenny is all over her. Taking the 3, Reardon. Dribbles between her legs. Down to 50 seconds. Got to make her move. Shot off the window, and it's a charge. A charge against St. Ignatius. Big call, Carly. Let's take a look at it. On the drive, the classic spin, the bump, and the charge.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know about that one.
4 fouls on Reardon and a foul committed by St. Ignatius as they will send Montini to the line. That is a huge call in favor of Montini.
Reardon now getting in her head. She's getting upset. Let's take a look at this again. Oh, I still don't know about that. I really don't. I really don't. I thought at first it would be a blocking foul. I don't know.
Free throw. Good again from Kirsten. You cannot send her to the line. She's 10 of 10.
That's a huge call.
St. Ignatius, 1 timeout left. Montini with 2. The lead is 4, so a 2-possession game. Free throw. Got it. An incredible performance from Kirsten, who's now 11 of 11 from the line. She's got 20 points.
You can't have Ignatius turn the ball over here. You also can't play too emotional. You still have to know this is still a very winnable game.
A must-have bucket for St. Ignatius. The title on the line. High lob. Inside. Layup is good from Reardon. No timeout taken. 47-44. The clock continues to tick as we're down to 25 seconds. Kirsten dribbling past everyone. For St. Ignatius, you got to get the ball out of her hands. Now you foul, and there is the foul. I'm absolutely stunned that Kirsten got rid of the ball.
I am too. Now you're going to send Peyton Farrell to the line, who's 2 of 3 from the free throw now. So Ignatius, you just kind of hope and pray she misses at least one of these or both of them.
Does she step up to the pressure? 1, you got a great shot at taking home a state title.
You can't miss either of these. 2, you kind of seal it. If you make 1, it's still a close game.
Free throw up and gets the roll. Listen to this crowd.
It's a 4-point game, 15 seconds. If she makes this, I don't know what you do if you're Ignatius.
Well, you make a quick bucket and you call a timeout because you got 1 left. Second free throw. Clutch. Hit them both. You got to go the distance. It's a 5-point lead. Kirsten takes the ball across half court. Kennedy takes the 3. No, she ended up making it, but the timeout taken by St. Ignatius.
Something I would have liked to see from St. Ignatius, instead of throwing the ball up, roll it up. Don't let that clock start. Be aware of clock management and time management.
What a game from Kirsten. 20 points, 4 of 12 shooting, but has done her work at the free throw line. 11 of 11. Farrell for Montini. 4 of 10 shooting, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 12 points combined, 17 of 19 from the free throw line. It's those little things that make a difference.
Those 5 points left at the free throw line by St. Ignatius are becoming crucial, because that's the difference right now is 5 points. If you're in the huddle for St. Ignatius, you want to get a bucket at least off within 3 seconds. If you're Montini, you do not want to foul. Montini now looking for their 5th state title. If you don't foul here, it's probably going to go back to Lombard. You have to play disciplined defense.
Remember, a third place finish last year. Top priority coming into this year, getting back to state, finishing off unfinished business. No timeouts for St. Ignatius.
That's huge.
And we talked to Coach Spanos. They traveled all around the Midwest to play the best teams on the best courts to create atmosphere like this, and they are more than ready. Inbound from half court for St. Ignatius. Do they have a miracle in them?
You need a 3 here, honestly.
A quick one at that.
Very quick.
Helms to inbound, goes to Reardon. She turns the basket, fades away off 1 foot, backboard only. We will get a foul with 5 seconds left. What a ball game this was.
This has been a great game. Oh, man, it really did come down to the final 30 seconds.
And the key to the game, free throws. You make your free throws, you win the ball game. That's exactly what Montini has done. And who better to go to the stripe than Kirsten, 11 of 11.
That foul was on Caberline, who just fouled out of the game.
We're set for 2 more free throws. A 5-point lead for Montini. A reminder, coming up next, the 4A title game. Free throw is no good from Kirsten.
That's her first missed at the charity stripe. 5 seconds, 5 points. I mean, we've seen anything is possible.
1 more free throw. Hits it. 50-44. Some light pressure from Montini.
Great job to not allow them to take time off the clock.
Kennedy will heave from half court. It's no good. And for the 5th time, Montini is crowned state title winners. 50-44, our final score. A battle between rivals. Montini gets the win, a 5th state title, and maybe the building blocks of a new dynasty.
That was just an unbelievable game from tip-off all the way to the final minutes. Nikki Kirsten leading all scorers with 21 points. She also contributed across the stat sheet, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 5 steals. But let's not forget Peyton Farrell, also with 12 points, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 steal. Everybody contributing across the stat sheet for Montini. And there is depth that we saw today that we did not see in the semifinal game.
Our player of the game is brought to you by Country Financial. Visit countryfinancial.com to experience more today. We'll toss it over to Kalia as she is with Nikki Kirsten.
Nikki, I mean, what a standout game for you. 21 points, 12 of 13 from the free throw line. How were you able to just put your team on your back today and get the win?
I was struggling early on, but I knew I would get stuff falling, and I knew that my team needed me to kind of get it going, and I had to do what my coach was telling me to do. She told me to stay positive and get my energy up, and I was able to do that, and I was able to capitalize.
This is your senior season. What are you going to miss most about this group and this program?
Just the girls. I mean, we are really best friends. Everybody outside of basketball, we love each other so much, and I really bonded with this group over the last 2 years after my transfer, so I'm really going to miss them.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Now we're joined with Coach Shannon Spanos. Coach, I mean, what a game. It was so back and forth, but how were you able to get it done at the very end?
Oh, gosh, our kids, all the credit goes to these kids. I mean, they showed some true grit out there. You know, our senior Natalie went down early, and, you know, different kids stepped up. You know, Sophie McQuett, Lauren Mellish. I mean, it was a total team effort, and that's who this team is. They play for each other, and they love each other, and it showed tonight.
And a special moment for you as well, being able to get this win with your daughter, Lily. I mean, I saw you guys embrace after the game. As a mom and a coach, what does that feel like?
Makes me want to cry. She's the best kid. She's a leader on this team, and she's been, you know, there's been ups and downs through these past 4 years, and she has just grinded it out. She has stayed the calm in our household, and I'm just so happy for her, but I'm so happy for all these kids.
5th state title. How are you just setting a standard here?
Oh, wow. Well, we've had a great history at Montini, and when I took over the program 5 years ago, this is where we wanted to be, and this was our goal, and we achieved it. But all the credit goes to these kids, my coaching staff. They work so hard, and they're unbelievable people.
Coach, congratulations, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalia. We'll send it over to the public address announcer, Jeff Fritzen, for the medal ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the court for the Class 3A Girls Basketball State Final First and Second Place Awards. Presenting medallions and trophies are Illinois High School Association Board of Directors members, including Secretary Mike Castleman of Olympia High School, Ron Lear of Plainfield North, Brad Gooding of Hamilton, Katie Hassan of Taylor Ridge Rockridge, Tom Shergan of Chicago de La Salle, and Dwayne Bates of Lombard Glenbard East. At this time, please meet the Class 3A second place Wolfpack of St. Ignatius High School, who finished the season with a final record of 32 wins and 5 losses. First, the president, John Chandler. Prefect of Studies, Dr. Sterling Brown.
Congratulations.
Athletic Director, Mike Hurley. Athletic Trainer, Jasmine Williams.
Congratulations.
Head Coach, Kara Doyle.
Congratulations, Coach.
Assistant Coach, Tom McKenna.
Congratulations.
Assistant Coach, Angela Cladis. Assistant Coach, Dylan Sells. Assistant Coach, Sam Dixon. Assistant Coach, Maggie Mabry.
Congratulations, Coach.
Assistant Coach, Caroline Macius. And Assistant Coach, Katie Gallagher. And your Wolfpack squad member, Sally Kennedy.
Congratulations.
Kaylee Clark.
Congratulations.
Maggie Helms. Reagan Reardon. Dahlia Madero. Riley Schneider. Isabella Caberline. Allie Haymaker. Megan Burke. Ava Stern. Malia Miller. Mia Gentile. Sadie McGuire.
Don't scare me like that, man.
And Gabby Hinton.
I've been freaking out.
At this time, please meet the Class 3A first place Lady Broncos of Montini, who finished the season with a final record of 27 wins and 10 losses. First meet the president of Montini, Kevin Byrne. Principal, Chris Turatelli.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Athletic Director, Brian Casey.
Congrats.
Head Coach, Shannon Spanos. Assistant Coach, Francesca Kokinas. Assistant Coach, Wally Weisenberger. Assistant Coach, Frank Kaminsky. Assistant Coach, Jonathan Calvert. Assistant Coach, Aaron Roderich. And your Lady Broncos, Nikki Kirsten. Juliana Neustadt. Kaylin Zumdahl. Brooke D'Amico. Miley Brunsky. Lily Spanos. Sophie Maquette. Audrey Kinney. Peyton Farrell. Peggy Pacelli. Ava Lombardi. Natalie Gartland. Lauren Mellish. Sedona Barrett. And Annie Pasiga.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Spread it out.
Now, will Coach Doyle and St. Ignatius High School's captains please step forward to receive the Class 3A second place trophy.
Congratulations.
And now will Coach Spanos and the Montini captains please step forward to receive the Class 3A championship trophy. Congratulations to the Lady Broncos.
Montini picks up the win over St. Ignatius, and just so much emotion from both sides.
Yeah, you can look over at St. Ignatius. I think it all hit them here at the very end, but Montini, all their emotions started to hit here at the very end. Very excited. I really do feel for the St. Ignatius crew, a majority of them being seniors and juniors, so we'll see what that team has to bring. But Montini now starting to possibly become another dynasty, their fifth title in 15 years. And we got to talk about Nikki Kirsten one more time. A combined 48 points over the semifinal and the state championship game.
You talk about a difference maker. That's who she is. Montini shoots 43% from the field. St. Ignatius right behind them at 40%. Where's the difference? The free throw line. 18 of 21 from Montini compared to 11 of 16 for St. Ignatius. It was just a good game.
It really was. It was so competitive up until those final 45 seconds. Fouls became a huge point, with the majority of St. Ignatius starters getting into foul trouble, and Montini still finding a way to tap into their depth when Gartland went down early with the knee injury. Kirsten also went down for a little bit, but came back because she's just a gamer in every way, shape, and form. What an unbelievable overall performance out of both these teams this season and in this game.
Montini 50, St. Ignatius 44. That final score brought to you by the YMCA. The dream starts here. That puts a bow on 3A, and now we turn our attention to 4A as that action coming up next. Again, 50-44. Montini picks up the win over St. Ignatius. Had a fun time calling games with you here, Carly.
Yeah, it's been a fun time calling the games here with Ryan Turk. And guess what? We still have another game up. We will not be on the call, unfortunately. But guess what? We got Kate and Dave coming in. They're about to call an unbelievable game between Fremd and Kenwood.
Once again, 50-44. Montini takes home the 3A title. And now after the break, we'll send it over to Lauren Withrow, Mark Lindo, and Avi Story in the studio.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by SIU Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
You know what it's like to watch a winning team. Now it's your turn to be a part of one. The Illinois State Police is recruiting for our next cadet classes, and you could be our MVP. Protect the public, help those in need, and make a lasting impact in your community. Our mission, your future, higher purpose, higher pay. Starting pay is at $90,000 with incredible benefits package, including a take-home squad car, tuition reimbursement, paid leave, and more. Join the team that makes a difference. Apply today at IllinoisTrooper.com.
Attention building and facility managers. Did you know mechanical insulation around a building's heating and cooling system is a vital resource? Insulation protects from energy loss, physical damage, and pays for itself quickly. For more than 125 years, the contractors of Heat and Frost Insulators have helped build healthier, greener, and more efficient facilities. Hire the best. Scan the QR code for a list of contractors with the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17 or visit us at local17insulators.com.
Imagine using your skills and experiences to inspire young minds. We see the teacher in you. No matter your starting point, we can help you become a teacher. Teaching offers consistent pay, a pension, and summers off. Learn how you can be the teacher. Visit BeTheTeacher.org. Sponsored by Grow Your Own Teachers, Illinois.
Montini Broncos are our Class 3A champions after a 50-44 win over St. Ignatius. As we welcome you inside our Chicago studios alongside Avi Story and Coach Mark Lindau, I'm Lauren Withrow. Avi, this was a game of runs. Each team going through scoring droughts, really changing momentum throughout.
Yeah, it totally was. But that third quarter, I mean, that's had the most momentum, and I think it was pretty great just to see just a change of pace and just how much they were just really moving the ball and just scoring and things of that sort. But I thought it was a really good third quarter going into the fourth. That's nice, lost it, and I just think, unfortunately, Montini had a great game.
It was a game of momentum, and we'll take a look at our highlights from this 3A championship game. First, it's Isabella Kieberlin. She finds the corner for 3.
Yeah, that was off a turnover. Transition, kick out 3.
Late in the third quarter, Montini ball. They're up by 2. Nikki Kirsten is about to pull up to that three-point line.
Watch her use the ball screen, and she stays behind the screen, steps behind the arc, and nothing but net.
3 minutes left. St. Ignatius ball. They're down by 1. Reagan Reardon pumps, drives, splits the defenders.
I mean, sometimes you just got to put your head down and just get to the back, and that's what she did. Great job there.
Montini ball. They're down by 1. Audrey Kinney drives to the baseline.
She's all over the baseline. Sees a seam, she split 2 defenders, kiss it softly off the glass to score. Montini takes a 1-point lead, and you see what the culmination of that 1-point lead right there. A picture tells 1,000 words.
After that one, it was all free throws from there on out. And, Coach, the free throws really were the difference for Montini tonight.
Montini, 18 out of 21 from the line. But check it out. They finished from the line. They made 9 out of 10 in the fourth quarter. And Nikki Kirsten, the All-Stater, played like an All-Stater. She finished things off. She only missed 1 free throw, 11 out of 12 from the line. Most of those, like the last 3.5, 4 minutes, crunch time. And that's the way to seal a basketball game. You take care of the rock, you don't turn it over, and you knock down free throws, and then you cut down nets.
Well, Montini was also locked in on defense for 4 quarters, Coach.
Oh, so good. We see a package here. Look at the weak side rotation, the block and the save by Kirsten. Then look at the rotation again by Kirsten. Oh, how well coached she is. Because look at every time that St. Ignatius drove the lane, all it was a black shirt right there in position to make a play, steal. This one they take right into a run out for a bucket at the other end. Anytime you D up like that and you're playing team defense, you should jump to the basketball on every single pass. That puts you in position to be a good defender. And if you can count on your teammate being there when you are beaten, that is a sign of a well-coached team. It's a sign of a championship team.
Broncos defense was a force to be reckoned with. The one St. Ignatius player who was outstanding today at getting past that defense, senior guard Reagan Reardon.
Yeah, had 29 rebounds. I think she had a solid game, but of course you want to definitely have that opportunity to really win a championship, but unfortunately came short in that regard. But I really appreciated how much effort that they brought to the game, and 20-9 is pretty solid. But again, you want to come away with a win.
Montini finishing their season 27-10, becoming just the 2nd team ever to earn a first-place trophy with 10 losses on a season. And Montini proud to hoist that trophy up at the end of the game, their 5th first-place trophy, the 3A champions.
IHSA, committed to keeping student athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. 31 sports, 350,000 student athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here.
Attention high school students. If you're tired of hearing the same old college debt story, we've got an exciting alternative for you. Join the Mid-America Carpenters Union and let your career dreams take flight. You can earn great pay, enjoy no-cost health insurance, and secure a stable retirement, all with no college debt and an elite career that's here to stay. It's time to build your future your way. Ready to carve your path to success? Contact the Mid-America Carpenters Union today to learn how you can unleash your potential.
Check out these hot deals at Menards, all after 11% rebate. 14-ounce bacon wrapped stuffed pork loins are just $5.49. A 4-pack of Sprecher craft soda in 16-ounce bottles, only $3.69. Pick up Canine Carryouts dog treats, just $4.49. Plus 19-ounce foaming spray glass cleaner, only $1.77. Hurry, these deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get more big savings plus the weekly flyer right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
You know what it's like to watch a winning team. Now it's your turn to be a part of one. The Illinois State Police is recruiting for our next cadet classes, and you could be our MVP. Protect the public, help those in need, and make a lasting impact in your community. Our mission, your future, higher purpose, higher pay. Starting pay is at $90,000 with incredible benefits package, including a take-home squad car, tuition reimbursement, paid leave, and more. Join the team that makes a difference. Apply today at IllinoisTrooper.com.
Is college not what you thought it was going to be? Here's an opportunity to work with your hands as well as your mind. Learn how to insulate mechanical systems in the industrial and commercial industries. With the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, you get to earn while you learn through our apprenticeship program. After 5 years, you'll finish with no debt, money in the bank, and you'll be on your way towards a pension. Scan the QR code and apply today, or visit our website to learn more.
The Chicago Sky tips off their season this May. For Chicago viewers, the U will be the exclusive broadcast home for the Sky. And for many...